She's mastered the art of investigation in 2 separate careers, one as a U.S. Army CW3, the other as a CID special agent. Correspondent Lisa Taylor has the rest of her story.
What was boot camp or basic training like for you?
For my family, to them I was Private Benjamin. For me, luckily my basic training in AIT, Advanced Individual Training, was at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I remember my mom coming to see me, and I was in formation this particular day, and it was a hot day in Fort Jackson. I remember it like yesterday, and I think we were close to graduation. And I looked up and, the sun beaming down. I saw my mom and I broke formation and ran to my mom. It was funny now as I look back on it, but then the drill sergeant was like, oh my goodness, she needs some more training. But it was a fun time initially in basic training, but once I got to AIT, the whole mindset of making this a career set in, and I started focusing more on what I needed to do to achieve and to get to the next ranks within the military.
During the course of your 22-year military career, you worked your way up to the rank of Chief Warrant Officer 3. Can you tell us what a Chief Warrant Officer does and what Chief Warrant Officer 3 actually means?
It's really the best of both worlds. You have that experience from the enlisted side, and then you have the experience from being a commissioned officer. Chief Warrant Officer 3, you start out at the rank of Chief Warrant Officer 1, and then you matriculate up to W2 and W3. There are 2 more ranks after W3. I was a Chief Warrant Officer 3 in the Military Police Corps, and I was a criminal investigator. That is the common name for CID, special agent, or criminal investigator.
So what drove you to being a criminal investigator? Was there like a calling on you?
Officials from the Army Criminal Investigations Division came in and they briefed our general regarding a project called Project Parallel. What the program entailed was me going on an OJT, on-the-job training project with them for a period of time, get hands-on experience with being in law enforcement. But during this 1.5 years on-the-job training, I worked with the Army CID there in Hawaii. I went to crime scenes, I interviewed people, I assisted with collecting evidence, things of that nature, which helped me know that this is my next chapter, this is the career I want to be in.
What are some of your most memorable, if you can share, like cases or scenarios that you investigated in some of those locations?
My first duty day, as luck would have it, we had a soldier that committed suicide.
Do you feel like your training and all the classes and scenarios you had practiced and read about prepared you for that first day?
The processing of the scene, collecting evidence and things, yes. I went through the training. The training was efficient enough for me to be able to respond to that scene and know what I was supposed to do. But emotionally and mentally, no, I would say not. I don't think emotionally I was ready to see what I saw.
Tell me about your transition from military service to civilian life.
So I retired in 2007. I retired in the DC, Virginia area. I had an opportunity actually to go back to work with the Army CID as a civilian. I learned a lot in CID as an active duty soldier. I was honored to be asked to come back and work with CID. And what I did in that capacity as a civilian for 11 years, I worked as an internal affairs investigator.
So I know that you are both a veteran and a military spouse. Tell us a little bit about your husband. I heard an interesting story I want you to share about where you met and what was it like for you being on both sides of being a service member and now veteran and a military spouse.
Yeah, my husband, Les Young, he is a retired assistant chief of the Washington State Patrol, and also he's a retired CW5 from Army CID. He is a retired CID agent as well. And it's been an absolute joy for he and I to meet at the time that we did, because his dual career and both of us being affiliated with CID. We actually met on the firing range. He was my coach on the firing range. I thought I could shoot. I thought I was an expert shooter, but he thought different. He said, you know, Chief, I think you need some more training. Of course, I never did because I thought I could shoot. I was like, no, I'm good, you know. But eventually, I think approximately about 3 or 4 months later, we met again and we talked and we realized some of the commonalities we had with Army CID. It's been very rewarding. We're enjoying our best life now as retirees.
What organizations are you currently a member of?
I'm a part of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women in Prince William County, and we advocate on behalf of women and girls, whether it be health, education, any kind of disparities that we see. And I've been involved with them since 2015, and one of the major committees within the organization is I mentor young teenage girls, high school and middle school, and I also educate them that you can also get a college education in the military.
I've read that the scripture that you mentioned on your bio that you look to, which is Luke 12:48. What is that?
To whom much is given, much is required. I've been abundantly blessed since the time I was born. People would say, oh, you know, they grew up poor. I never considered that we grew up poor because we always had everything we needed. I always felt like I had the best of what God had to offer. And because of that, it has just been my desire to give back. If you would have told me that I would be able to matriculate through the Army and make CW3 or go to the FBI Academy or some of the other great accomplishments that I've been able to do when I was a little girl, I wouldn't have ever thought that. But I just think God has blessed me. So because I've been blessed, I want to be a blessing to others, and I want to give back all that He has blessed me with.